So on to what we've got in the bag. So first of all, some Billy and Johnny's. These I actually worked in Germany, and these were the overalls that they used to wear on the shop floor, so I nicked a pair for working on my van. Typical German toolmakers overalls. Pair of mechanics type gloves. The all important knee pad for my geriatric knees. There's a magnetic wrist thing for holding screws, great when you're under the van. Then we've got Ranger screwdrivers, some extra length screwdrivers here, posi and flat, and then some other screwdrivers, again posi flat, along with electrical screwdrivers, ratchet screwdriver. This is quite useful. It's a torque screwdriver, so you can set the torque. See the bloody, oh there it is. So you can set the torque on that, which is quite useful. Little electrical tester, stubby screwdriver. 1/4 inch drive torque wrench. I have got a larger one, but obviously the larger ones tend to weigh more, so I typically only carry 1/4 inch sockets on the whole. So that's that. Then we've got a wheel nut wrench. This one's quite handy, as you can see, because it can open out and then lock in position. So that's now locked, or it'll fold up, and therefore it fits great in the old tool bag. Got my set of DeWalt bits. Again, really useful just to have different ones, and there's obviously star drives and hex heads, and then I've got the well, there's just loads of stuff in here. These are some these are for Allen keys, but you don't think you can see in the inside. They've got a magnet in there, and then farther down there's some actually really long reach ones. And this actually comes in a really useful box because this has got magnets on, so you can actually use this. Well, it'll stick to anything metal, which is great when you're on the underside of the van or in the engine bay. So moving along, we've got some metric set of Allen keys, a number of mole wrenches, mole grips, sorry. So you've got long nose mole grips, larger ones down to itty bitty ones. Then I got my pliers. So I really like DeWalt kit. It's really good, lasts a long time. You know, it lasts. It does what it says on the tin. So I've got the long nose pliers, and these are locking, so you can lock them closed. Normal set of pliers, adjustable wrench. So again, you can press the button there, slide it all the way down, and open various sizes of nuts and stuff. Then got my. I'll leave these all together. This is basically different sockets, increasing and decreasing, and angled knuckle joints, so if you've got something on a slight angle you can get to it. Then I've got my deep impact sockets and normal depth sockets, a number of extension bars, so we've got various extension bars here, another little T-piece drive. This is quite useful. This is flexible, so this can go either in, it can go in the impact wrench, it can go in my drill, my DeWalt drill, or it can go on the end of a socket wrench with an adapter, and then you can get, so I can put things in there, lock them in, and it's right angled, and you can use it for drilling, for just, you know, tightening and untightening nuts. So it's a really useful tool. 36mm, I've got a large 36mm and 46mm, can't find the 46mm for some reason. Obviously there's some nuts on Volkswagens that are 36 or 46, and typically it's not something everyone has in the toolbox, so very useful to carry with you. These are flexible, so these are flexible and go on either socket set or screwdrivers, and I've got two lengths, so there's a medium and a longer length. More pliers, these are just old ones I've had in the box. Some cutting, which is great for cutting cable ties off. A cheap nasty pair of wire cutters. I have got a professional set in the shed, but these are great for the toolbox because they're a lot lighter, not much to them. Then I like to carry these stubby spanners. I can always put a tube over the stubby spanner, but again it's all about reducing weight in the toolkit that I'm carrying with me. Then I've got some, obviously these are 13 and 11mm, so there's a cranked ratchet spanner and a flat ratchet spanner. They're probably two of the most used spanners I've got, to be honest. Number of other spanners, some needle files and an abrasive stone, another larger wrench, spark plug spanner, adjustable spanner. I wouldn't normally carry this, but I've used it for something recent. See what's in there. It's just a small drill chuck that'll go in a screwdriver or a drill. Always useful to have some electrical connectors. This is something I've made out of old hacksaw blades. It's just either knives or scrapers, or and they all fold up, so it's quite easy and handy to carry. So I've got a couple of those with different ends on. Multimeter worth its weight in gold. Another tool worth its weight in gold is a extended reach pickup tool. Great for when you drop shit in the engine and you can't find it or pick it up. Just going back along here, so copper slip. I stick copper slip on everything. I hate finding nuts that won't undo. If you copper slip them up, they typically, even things like exhaust bolts, you got far more chance of getting them undone if you've put copper slip on when you do them up. This is an extended reach magnet, and it's got a light on. I've never used the light, but the magnet tool is actually great. Again, finding screws that you've dropped. This is an angled extension mirror, so you can pull it out and obviously extend it to see things. Probably the screws I'm looking for inside the van. Another tool worth its weight in gold, stubby hammer. Fantastic when you've got no space for getting under your van and tapping the starter motor. Then we've got, this is a DeWalt multi-tool. Again, I mean, it's great to just have in the bag. There's loads of different things, different attachments on it. I'm not going to open them all now. This is for actually clamping hoses. So this is a hose clamp. You can just slide that up or down, and it will clamp. So it's good for like fuel hose. So you can just slide that down to open it. Again, great if you're changing your fuel pipes, or if you've had a leak for some reason. Circlip spanner with various attachments. It takes up no space, there's no weight to it, so great to have. A couple of G clamps. I've got some step drills here. Not sure why they're in this toolbox, to be honest. They shouldn't be. Then we've got a Draper Expert Stanley knife. Again, always useful to have, especially for cutting cable ties. Then I've got a 30-inch breaker bar. Really useful, and these are the attachments for that breaker bar. So there's, I mean, to be honest, I only ever use the 19mm, so, but again, good to have. Number of other little tools, so a scriber, feeler gauges, a couple of centre punches, deburring tool, and a spring-loaded centre punch. This is a little tape measure. Again, no weight to it, it's great to have. And finally, plasters. You've always got to make sure you got plasters. And that's pretty much it. So as a whole, and so all of this comfortably fits in that bag. It's a bit of weight to it, but it's not too bad, and it also fits in my camper van under one of the buddy seats. So great in case of emergencies. I will do another video for the spares I carry, because there's quite a few spares as well, but I thought this is more applicable to everyone. So cheers, bye bye.